Hi, my name is Gender Meowster, and I am 1 year, 7 months on testosterone. So, there are several things to talk about. If you are squeamish about surgery stuff, just wait until the scene switches to two people. I'm not going to go into super details, but I am going to just talk a little bit about the medical side of my transition for a few minutes. So I've been noticing that there is like beard growing in on my upper cheeks. Let me get this zoom wrangled here. Let's see. Like in here, you can barely see it because the lights are washing me out. But let's see. That didn't help at all. But like it's growing in up here, which I never expected. Um, my my beard hair to be growing on my cheekbones. That's wild. So it's coming in its peach fuzz. Also, check out this mustache. You can actually see it now. I dyed it, but some of the dye washed out. But look at it. It's totally there. I've like stopped using the Zoom beard filter because I have enough of a beard that's growing in actually that I don't need it. Anyways, we're still way too zoomed in. Let's scoot back out. Sorry. You can smell my minty fresh toothpaste breath from here. Anyway, so originally when I got my consult for my Meta, which is the masculinizing bottom surgery, one of them. There's like three different kinds. Plus, there's a hysterectomy and different varieties of that. So that's a whole thing. Um, Anyways, so at first there was a 14-month wait for a consult, but this particular surgeon has another one that he partners with, and that other surgeon's wait list is only 3 months. So my meta consult is actually in December instead of like 2024 or something. So that's exciting. December of this year, 2022. Yeah, I actually even sent them a message last night because we're trying to combine my hysterectomy with that procedure because the one that I'm getting is so simple. It's called an erectile tissue release. So it's basically just ligaments that they let free so things can wiggle about without all the extra stuff. There's a lot of stuff. If you want to learn more, go Google it. There's a great website. There's many great websites, but that's genderdysphoria.fyi even has a androgenic second puberty page that details some of it. Anyways, so that's the thing. I am waiting to update my gender marker with my health insurance because health insurance is very binary still, male or female. There's no non-binary option, which is disappointing to me. So I'm waiting to update it until I have the hysterectomy because the last thing I need is to be male on the books and then have them deny paying for my hysterectomy because they're like, well, you're a man, so why do you need a hysterectomy? I'm also not a man, but it's just, it's a thing. So anyway, so that's a whole frustrating thing with the American healthcare system. Next thing is I'm noticing the fat redistribution happening in my body continues. My thighs have less fat on them than they did. They have muscle. I don't know if the fat's just on the back or what happened, but there used to be more fat on the top of my leg, and now there's less. And so it's harder to do my jab, my testosterone jab. It makes it more painful. It's like, oh, ow. It's like harder to like grab a chunk so that I can. Anyway, so that's just an interesting thing that I've been noticing. Another thing that's been happening is for the last handful of months, I've been having period like symptoms on the weekends. My T jab is on a Tuesday. So like Friday or Saturday through Monday, including today, I'm just miserable physically. Like I I'm having cramps. I'm having the like I'm having spotting. It's a whole thing. It's really like can you imagine like people with uteruses who have periods like every weekend? That's why I try to not make plans on weekends because I'm just a sad hurdy blob. It is harsh. So I told this to my hysterectomy surgeon, who I've already had the consult with. She's great. And she said, well, we could consider asking your doctor who prescribes your HRT to split the jabs across two different times during the week so that the testosterone is more constant through the week. So then my uterus and estrogen are more constantly suppressed throughout the week. So that's something that I also emailed my doctor about, and I'm waiting to hear back because I would need my needle allotment to increase in the RX, and I've been fighting my insurance company for many months to cover the needles because they're covering the testosterone, but not the needles, and I don't know why. It's like, why? Why? So it's just this constant fight. Anyway, it's made more complicated by me having two insurance company coverage, but the primary company, the primary insurance, it's already paying for the HRT and like all the other medicines should just pay for this. Like it's needed to take the testosterone. It's infuriating to me that they would approve the tea but not the needles. Um, anyway, my arm muscles are getting surprisingly big. I'd flex for you, but I'm wearing, sleeves. Maybe that's why I put a t-shirt on this morning. I was gonna flex for you all, but then I was too cold, so I put this on because my house is cold. How do they imagine you'll get it without needle? Exactly, heck, insurance companies. Okay, so the very last thing that I have written down is just a fine layer of hair has just covered my entire body, including my shoulders, which I did not expect top of my shoulder hair. That's a thing. It grows in places you wouldn't expect. And it doesn't grow in places you would like it to. Like right here. Please, can I have some more face hair right here, please? I just have this very luscious neck beard going on, and I would prefer to also have the stash in the right here. I think it's just growing this way. So, anyways, the chat wants me to flex. I mean, you can't really see it, but it's like, it's definitely more muscle than I had before, and I have not been lifting weights. So, imagine if I actually worked out. I would be buff. Respectfully, please flex with the chat. Anyways, so that's my trans check in for 1 year and 7 months on testosterone.